Our role with Bitcoin, with crypto, really is to look at the banks.
Crypto is about to explode. Fed Chair Jerome Powell just issued new statements.
Banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks.
And now Trump is even putting pressure on the Fed.
The interest rates will come down.
You said that you would demand that the interest rates come down.
Well, I would put in a strong statement.
Do you expect the Fed to listen to you?
Yeah.
Today's video is brought to you by SilentSwap. This is my go-to platform to send, swap, and bridge my crypto in private with ease at the lowest cost, 100% non-custodial and safe. With SilentSwap, there is no traceable connection between wallets. I'll link my full tutorial video in the description. Use my affiliate link for 10% off all platform fees. Fed Chair Jerome Powell just made historic statements on the future of cryptocurrency. Now, Powell's question is kind of framed negatively. Powell turned a negative crypto question into a kind of bullish 2025 outlook. I don't think a Fed chair has ever said something like this about the future of crypto. Pay attention to the sea change here.
As you know, in the annual report from the Financial Stability Oversight Council, among the risks outlined is cryptocurrency. Could you talk about those risks now? And regarding individuals and households, perhaps distinct from the concern about the financial system, do you worry that speculation in this unregulated asset class could hurt their financial well-being, or do you think it has a place in a household's portfolio?
So our role with Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks, and we think it's, banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and sound. A good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities, and that's because they're so new, and we don't want to make the mistake. If you're making a choice to conduct that activity inside a bank, which is inside the federal safety net with deposit insurance, then you want to be pretty sure that it's a safe and sound activity. So, we're not against innovation, and we certainly don't want to take actions that would cause banks to terminate customers who are perfectly legal just because of excess risk aversion, maybe related to regulation and supervision.
So why is this historic? Why is Jerome Powell's response here so bullish? Well, fair crypto regulation is about to be pushed through in the U.S. In 2025, pro-crypto laws are about to be passed.
I do think it would be helpful if there were a greater regulatory apparatus around crypto, and I think that's something Congress was working on quite a lot. We've actually spent a lot of time with members of Congress working together with them on various things, and I think that would be a very constructive thing for Congress to do.
And no cuts. The Fed keeps interest rates at 4.5%, no change. Listen to his reasoning.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. The economy is strong, is strong overall, and has made significant progress toward our goals over the past 2 years. Labor market conditions have cooled from their formerly overheated state and remain solid. Inflation has moved much closer to our 2% longer-run goal, though it remains somewhat elevated. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings.
Trump has been putting public pressure on Powell to cut interest rates for a while, including criticizing Powell today. Now, U.S. presidents don't historically directly dictate Fed policy like this. Jerome Powell was asked to make comments on this, feeling this pressure from Trump.
I'm not going to have any response or comment whatsoever on what the president said. It's not appropriate for me to do so. The public should be confident that we will continue to do our work as we always have, focusing on using our tools to achieve our goals and really keeping our heads down and doing our work, and that's how we best serve the public.
So the thing is, Trump could be looking to fire Powell under the Federal Reserve Act. Firing Fed chairman mid-term requires cause. My personal opinion
If Donald Trump wants a strong US dollar, Trump has said, I want a strong US dollar. If that's the case, he might not want to be trying to influence the Federal Reserve like this. I mean, part of the reason why the US dollar is a reserve currency for the world is because it maintains its neutrality from the executive branch like this. Either way, we know that Trump understands that Bitcoin is gold 2.0. Here's Vivek Ramaswamy on Adin Ross's stream explaining Bitcoin to Adin.
Gold has to be transported, it has to be held. What if there was a different way to hold a finite supply of something of inherent value? That was actually part of the premise behind Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yeah.
So I would put that in a different and, in some sense, superior category to something that you could just print more of.
Cynthia Lummis has just put together her Senate Banking Subcommittee Digital Asset Dream Team. She says one of her first orders of business will be to hold public hearings on the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I think there's a strong chance something like this happens.
The other thing is the proposal that I have and that President Trump has discussed about a strategic Bitcoin reserve where the United States would acquire and hold Bitcoin for 20 years. Because of the way that Bitcoin has been appreciating since inception, this would be an asset that could help shore up the US dollar as the world reserve currency and serve as a reserve that could be used to reduce the national debt significantly. You know, the American people are still hurting from inflation, from high prices. And they want the national debt reduced. These are ways to do it with an asset that is immutable, can easily be held by the federal government in a variety of vaults, and that states can participate in as well.
And then as far as what else comes next, altcoins are about to explode in the USA. We've just had a complete 180. Get ready for a crypto cycle like we've never seen before. Even Anthony Scaramucci has to admit.
What is coming up in the crypto universe? There was an announcement about Solana and the CME potentially offering a Solana futures ETF, Frank. I think that would be amazing for the industry because it would be the precursor to eventually getting a Solana cash ETF like you've seen with Ethereum. So as this starts to flesh out, as the Trump administration's regulatory framework starts to flesh out, I think you'll see that we're literally in the opposite. It's almost like you went through the Hall of Mirrors in Alice in Wonderland. We were in a very anti-crypto position in the Biden administration, and now we're going to almost the exact opposite in the Trump administration. So I like, very bullish this year for most of these coins.
2025 is going to be a huge year for crypto. If you're interested in making money, subscribe to our channel. Hey, if you want to learn how to trade your crypto privately, click the video you see in front of you right now.